Okay, so I gave up the grog. Okay, now it might surprise you, but this dude used to smoke, and what got me to quit was not all the scare campaigns about people with tongue cancer and throat cancer. What really got me to quit was this specific poster here that I saw at the train station. It has a timeline of all of the improvements that you can expect to see at different times of quitting. Now, a lot of the videos that I've seen on quitting booze, or a lot of the people that I follow that have done it, have been doing it for quite a long time, and that can seem like a monumental shift in your life. So what I wanted to do with this video was create a 2-month. This is what you can expect, because tomorrow, like I said, I'm celebrating 2 months sober. So we are going to be focusing on 6 different elements that I have noticed making a significant impact on my life since I quit alcohol. And number 1 is improvement in mental health. Number 2 is relationships. Number 3 is the way that I look. Number 4 is weight loss. Number 5 is time. And number 6 is fitness. We're going to be going through these, and I'm going to be demonstrating how they've made a change in my life for the better. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. Nah, I'm not actually meditating, but I think it does sort of lean into the main improvement that I've seen, really, and that's a significant shift in my mental health. Now, I've always battled with depression, and I may have some undiagnosed anxiety issues going on. I'm not really sure, but what I have noticed is a significant improvement in these areas. However, I did expect that to occur. We all know that alcohol does have a negative impact on your mental health, and as a result, I expected that by cutting it out, I would see an improvement there. But where I didn't expect to see an improvement is in my self-worth and my self-esteem. I feel like I am such a better person for having alcohol out of my life. I wake up every day feeling super proud of myself for not engaging in something that used to be a bit of a demon for me. And on top of that, I also don't feel any regret. I don't feel like I've let people down, and I don't feel like I've made an absolute ass of myself the night before. And so I feel so much more confident about who I am and so much more proud of the person I am because I've left alcohol in the past. And this has been really, really good for me because I am someone that is racked with self-doubt. I've experienced significant depression in the past. I've constantly had battles with mental health, and having the feeling of waking up in the morning really proud is something so refreshing and so nice to feel. And I am just really loving the way that I feel about myself at the moment. And that is as a direct result of cutting out the booze. So this one I'm going to split down the middle. And the first one that we're going to address is the relationship with my wife or my marriage. My marriage has significantly improved in the last 2 months. And the reason why is quitting booze. Bit of a refrain here. I had intended to go through the pregnancy with my wife off alcohol, but I wasn't able to. And I still feel guilty about that. And I believe there is a significant amount of resentment, although my wife is such a legend that she would never tell me. Alcohol has strained my relationship with my wife. She never, after the pregnancy, really went back to drinking, whereas I feel like I maybe even turned it on a little bit more when I did get the chance after we had the kids. And quitting alcohol has improved our communication, it's improved our friendship, it's improved the way that I'm a dad, and as a result, my marriage with my wife is so much better for having quit. But the part that maybe I wasn't so ready for was significant improvement in friendships and my social circle. And I'm not, again, really sure why this happened. I've got a couple of different theories. One of them, I think I am just more proactive at responding to and getting on the front foot with text messages to friends. Checking in on friends because I'm not sitting at home having a few beers at night. Instead, I'm thinking about other people and I'm being a more empathetic human being, wondering what's going on with people that I know that are going through some stuff instead of being self-centered or focused on myself or being distracted by video games and other stuff that you do when you're having a few beers. So that has improved my friendship, but I think also in regards to time, I have more time to actually spend doing things with friends, even if it's just a silly little group chat that I've got going with a couple of workmates where we play Pokemon Showdown. It's actually popping off and it's super fun, and I don't think I would have been as engaged with it if I was on the booze. And so just seeing the improvement in my friendships and the way that I interact with people has been so rewarding and has made quitting alcohol worth it just for that. So a lot of these elements were expected. To an extent, I knew that a lot of this stuff was going to happen. I didn't expect it to happen so quickly, but one thing that I genuinely didn't expect to happen was the change in my appearance. I feel like it might just be me, and again, I think part of this comes down to the more positive feelings about my mental health and my self-esteem, but I feel like I've gotten better looking. And what this comes down to is the impact that alcohol has on your skin. Particularly, I was noticing around the eyes. And so I've got a few before and after photos. All of these are before. The last photo is after I quit drinking. Just kind of demonstrate this because I feel like it's a good visualization. One of them even has a filter applied to it and I still look worse. And this has been really welcome. I was starting to get really embarrassed about my crow's feet and lines under my eyes, and I kind of just accepted this as part of being a new dad, having kids, being more tired, getting less sleep, those kind of things. But I've realized since that this was just down to booze, because really the only thing that has changed in my life is quitting drinking. Okay, so I know that I'm not overweight, and I never really have been, but I have put on weight since I had kids. And I think it was quite easy to blame that on having children. I had less time to exercise, I was maybe eating less well than I used to before, and so as a result, of course, I'm going to put on weight. But then I quit alcohol, and I've lost 5 kilos in the last 2 months, which is a huge amount of weight for someone that is at my level to shift. I'm only 89 kilos. I've now dropped to 84 kilos just from quitting alcohol. And if you'd told me when I was really trying to train hard and race hard to become a really good climber that all I had to do was quit booze for 2 months and I'd drop 5 kilos, far out. They are some gains. And yeah, look, I am feeling so much better about myself. And I think it bleeds into some of the mental health and the improvements in self-esteem that I am looking a lot better weight-wise than I was a couple of months ago. And it's fantastic. Alrighty, so the one that we're going to have a look at now is time. And this came straight out of left field, and I was not expecting to see any difference in the amount of time that I had available. But for whatever reason, whether it's the fact that you're more efficient when you're sober, or whether it's just the fact that there is the appearance of more time because you're not so able to be lazy, I'm just getting so much more stuff done. Things like taking the doggo out for a walk, or spending time with the kids, or knocking out workouts, or, going and reading a book, doing some Wim Hof, just stuff that wasn't available or that I wasn't doing when I had alcohol to turn to instead. And that is making me a more well-rounded person, I believe. And I reckon that's hectic. So, yeah, just time. It's bizarre, but it's just there now. So as cyclists, we're all looking for marginal gains, ways that we can improve ourselves for minimum sort of effort and just quit booze, because my fitness has shot up since I've quit alcohol. I genuinely wish that when I was racing sort of B grade, I'd made this decision. When I was really working with a coach and trying to get the best out of myself, it seems stupid that while I was doing that, I was drinking at the same time, because I believe that I kind of missed a shot there. I feel like I have so much more capacity, and also you feel fresher when you go to do those harder workouts. So you don't hit that sort of red line as quickly. You don't enter that sort of, oh, Jesus, I'm going to throw up kind of phase as quickly as I used to. And call me crazy, but I reckon it's down to quitting the booze. Okay, so in conclusion, this is not a high horse thing. If you are continuing to drink, that's amazing. You do you, man. And if you've got that ability to turn the switch off, mate, I'm jealous. I'm going out with family tonight. They're going to be drinking, and part of me is a little bit jealous of that. But I also know that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go mountain biking with friends at 8:30 in the morning, and the only thing that I'll be battling is the fact that I'm a little bit tired after a night out. I also know that my wallet will be much greater, and we're coming into Christmas. What an opportunity to save a little bit of money for presents. If you were thinking about going on this journey, do it, man. Do it. Give it a crack. And if you fail, it's okay, because I failed so many times. I've been going through this for the last 3 years, having a crack at this, failing, having a crack at it, going to a wedding and making an exception, and all of a sudden I'm back in again. It's a process, man, and you will get there. If you want to talk about it, if you want to reach out, if you want to have a chat, comment section is okay, but for a more private thing, DM me on Instagram. The handle is up there. I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. If you need some encouragement, if you want someone to check in on, if you want to be held accountable, then feel free. I could do with an accountability partner as well. So reach out. Go the journey. If it's something that you're thinking about, if you're waking up and you're disappointed in yourself, you feel like you need a change in your life, this might be it, man. And let's do it. I'm 100% on deck. Let's go.